Success International Language Services.
Hi students, we use get in English all the time, but how exactly? For example, get angry, get late for work, get hungry, get sick. If you'd like to know how to use this in a clear and easy way to sound like a native speaker, we have a free short video to make this really clear to you, make you sound like a native speaker. See you there. Today we'll talk a little bit about the word get. Now, get can mean in the dictionary the idea of to seek and obtain something. Example, I am going to the kitchen to get a cup of coffee. Or I'm going to my desk to get a pencil. But there's another way of using get. And we use get in other ways in quite a lot of different circumstances that may confuse some students. Example, you can get hungry, you can get tired, you can get sleepy, you can get a job, you can get late for work, you can get a cold, you can get angry, you can get into an accident. So, of course, some of these words we can substitute get for another word, and it works. For example, instead of get a phone call, you can say receive a phone call. Or instead of get late, you could say be late. I was late. So why do we use get in these circumstances, and what do all of these situations have in common? We use get in these situations, get angry, get late, get sick, etc., for things you do not control. You don't control when you get wet. Maybe it rains when you get wet. You don't control when you get late for work. Maybe you leave home at a good time with lots of time for your trip, but still you have some problems on the road, mechanical problems, weather problems, traffic problems, and you get late. So things you do not control. Okay? Let me give you one more example. Typically, you can, when you have an apartment or a house, you have a key to open the door. So you would not use get usually in this circumstance because you have control. You would say, I'm going to my house and I'm opening the door with my key and going inside. You have control. But what if you lose your key, or your key breaks, or you forget your key? So you arrive at your door and you cannot get inside your house, or you cannot get inside your apartment. You don't have your key, or your key is not working, so you do not have control. Now maybe somebody brings you the key later. Maybe you have to break the window to get inside your house. But the idea is that even if you solve this problem later, the situation is something that you do not have control. So that's why in this situation you would not use go inside the house. You would say, I couldn't get inside my house. And I'll give you one more situation. Get married. Now a lot of my students, they say, well, you can control when you get married. And I say, no, you can't. You can't ask anybody to marry you and they will say, yes, I'm going to marry you. It depends on them. So even getting married is something you don't control. It depends on the other person to say yes, right? Okay, I hope this was helpful to you, and don't be afraid to use get in lots of situations where you do not have control. It'll make you sound like a native speaker. Thanks again, and please check out other videos of ours on success. Lots of good stuff for you there. Take care. Hope these videos were helpful to you. We have lots of more great videos for you every week. Please remember to like and subscribe, and ring the bell to receive notification. See you there. Bye.